Okay, guys, now just go with me on this one because this popped into my head this morning when I was taking a shower. Okay, let's say it's gonna be one night only. Bradley Cooper versus Kate Blanchett in a film conduct off at Carnegie Hall. Because she's Tar and because you're Bernstein, you both have that kind of knowledge. Who do you think would take it, Bradley? And Carrie, please feel free to chime in.
I don't think it would be a competition. Knowing Bernstein's energy, I think that he would just bring her into the fold and they would do it together.
Did you have any conversations with Kate at all, just in terms of getting into that world?
Yeah, not about getting into the world, but I saw Tar and I flipped out over it, and I called her right away, and then I never met Todd Fields before, but I called him or we got in touch with his people to say like anything I could do. So I was able to monitor a Q&A with them, which was amazing. So yeah, did that.
Uh, I mean, yeah. Carrie, I've been listening to Bernstein music a lot over the past few days, and I noticed that it's a lot of kind of like layered chaos. But why do you think that chaos is so conducive to the creative process? Not only just for Bernstein, but even for you as a performer, I'm sure there's a lot of noise and you guys have to kind of channel things. But what is it about chaos that makes things so creative?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't think I do thrive in chaos. Maybe he did. I don't know. I wouldn't speak on behalf of him. He wasn't my guy. Uh, for me, I think what was amazing about the whole experience was the lack of chaos, that it was so, for something, the film that felt so epic and such breadth, it felt so intimate and it felt like, a company of actors as opposed to a movie set. It didn't feel like Bradley doesn't run a chaotic set. Very everything's planned. There's a plan, and I loved that. I felt very safe.
Bradley, kind of take me through the plan of the Thanksgiving scene because that to me is one of my most favorite scenes, let alone the beat of Snoopy going across the window when she, calls your character, he's going to die, maybe a lonely old queen. Take me through the planning of that scene and why it was so important to the film.
Oh, I mean, it was always one of the pillars of the structure of the story that we're leading to this deluge, and that's commandeered by Felicia, who finally has had enough. Um, through there was a photo I saw, the famous photograph of a woman with her, I assume it's her daughter, on the windowsill, and Snoopy is there. That was like early on. I don't know where I came across it while I was researching, and then things just start to come together. I wrote that scene many years ago, was able to send it to Carrie right away. And it really didn't change much except for that third take, really, where I just tried to annoy her as much as possible.
What were you doing? So kind of talk to me about how did you change that take in order to annoy Carrie? And Carrie, did you feel more annoyed?
It was the truth. I mean, I'm saying that, but it was way more than that. It was I don't really even understand it other than we spoke about, we did two takes and we spoke about what the nature of what the scene really was. That's sort of how we talked about it. And then she just adjusted, and she's the greatest. So, and she just stood up in the windowsill. We relit for a second, and it was only three takes. It was always going to be a wide shot, really, because of the structure cinematically of the movie. Each scene is reliant upon the scene that has preceded it or is coming after, or maybe four scenes after. And this was always the case of having a wide shot. Whenever there was discord with their relationship, we were farther away as viewers. Same thing at the Fairfield house, and we're all the way on the other side of that sort of massive pergola, which we were on the other side of when everything was idyllic in the black and white, and Jamie runs away from us. That's that same piece now in color, and we're on the other side of it where Jamie ran off to. And then the Thanksgiving scene was always the same thing. We're far away. What's going on? Voyeuristic, not safe. And then we see these two scenes later of the close-ups. That was the whole idea. And also for the punchline of Snoopy at the end, it really only works if you're in that scene the whole time. But it was always going to be that shot. That's why he's hugging that right side of frame, wanting to leave, doesn't come in all the way, only comes in to get a drink and then retreats back to that place. until she forces him to get up by her words, really, and his sort of disdain for what she's saying, and then she attacks him and then leaves him there in the middle, and then leaves him.
Final question, Carrie. Talk to me about doing the voice, because the voice was so good, and I found myself just wanting to talk like her for like the rest of the movie. But talk to me about mastering that specific voice.
Me too. I mean, I wanted to sound like her. I sort of miss, but yeah, she just had an incredible, she just had this incredible voice. She had this incredible way of speaking and of telling anecdotes, um, and she always, it's interesting when you listen to her being interviewed, she sounds like she's an expert on everything. And I think she probably was, but she has that manner of just authoritative kind of command. But her dialect was really specific and it was so much fun to learn. And we both worked with Tim Monick, who I think is the greatest dialect coach. And he was just, yeah, incredible. But it was a joy to get to sort of borrow her voice.
Thank you guys. The film is stunning. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.